What's poppin', everyone? Back for some more Draft League content. It's week 6 and we're on a 3-game win streak so far on the road to playoffs, and today we're taking on one of my good friends, NumbNexus. That's my boy, and I see he be streaming some Pokemon Showdown lately, trying to work on his plays. I like that. Should definitely do some Showdown stuff together at some point if he wants. I think I make for some fire content. And speaking of fire content, check out the heat that he's drafted here that we have to face. He's got the Iron Valiant team, and so actually if I wasn't gonna go the Walking Awake Torkoal route, the heat route I should say, I was gonna go with Iron Valiant, and that mon is really versatile. It's one of those Pokemon that I would draft because of how many sets it has. Like, you could easily go physical or special or mixed, or any kind of setup works for it really well. It's very fast, and I do expect him to bring this Pokemon, probably with Booster Energy and Swords Dance. That mon is a huge threat. Now, he's got a lot of offensive presence on his team. Like, if you take a look at his team, he's got Iron Valiant, Greninja, Iron Thorns is also there, which shouldn't be overlooked. That mon is a huge threat. And he also has the Abomasnow Titan combination, which I don't know, or I don't think will make an appearance because I have Torkoal, right? So if you remember last week, I had to fight a Hippowdon squad with Chilly Reception. That was just not the optimal scenario for me bringing Weather. Now, I think that the opposite is, for this case, it is the optimal route for me to bring Weather, and maybe not him, because Abomasnow doesn't like to switch into Torkoal. And so if he does bring it, it's only to get rid of my own Weather and switch out, but it's going to have a tough time switching into Torkoal, or any of my other Pokemon for that matter. Now, he has a lot of great defensive options. Skeledirge, Clodsire, Alomomola, and I guess Noivern is probably going to be used sort of as a support mon with the role of maybe Defog. I assume Super Fang as well. Defog is super essential for him to bring because I could Hazard Stack versus him and he wouldn't like that, so I do expect Noivern to make an appearance. And also, it's just a great resistance to first impression, and a good Slitherwing answer, I guess, if I was just any normal Slitherwing. As you can see from the team that I have right here, you already know I am bringing a lot of heat this match. Now, I 100% expect Clodsire to come because of, you know, the water absorbability. Hydro Steam is a very spammable move versus his squad, so he needs that ability on Clodsire to ensure that I don't get to click Hydro Steam for free. And as a result, I have capitalized on this with a very powerful Walking Awake set. Introducing Sub-Dragon Dance, mixed attacking Chinese Walking Awake with an EV spread so heat, it's in 6 of its stats. Allow me to explain myself. So, the defense and HP stat allow you to tank uninvested Earthquake from Clodsire. This ensures that our substitute will not get broken by an Earthquake, and that can let us set up a lot easier versus his team, get like 2 Dragon Dances right off the bat, even more if we have to. And this attack stat here allows you to OHKO Noivern at +2. We'll probably get 2 Dragon Dances pretty easily if Clodsire is his response. And then the speed and special attack here is just 1 point over so that we get the speed boost. Initially, I was running a special attack boosting set just to kind of throw him off guard of the Dragon Dance, but the speed boosting set is better because it allows me to outrun more Pokemon right off the bat. And then the little 4 Spadef just for style points right here, just to make sure that every single EV spread does not feel left out. And yeah, this set's really cool. Now, there's one exception to the set. If he brings Curse Clodsire, this set won't really work if it's Curse Water Absorb, but I have other mons to deal with it, and if he doesn't bring Curse, this Walking Awake set will go crazy. And so he does have an unaware Pokemon in Skeledirge. That's where Hydro Steam comes in. Hydro Steam will 2-KO Skeledirge, and we'll 2-KO pretty much like everything on his team. Maybe bar the Tinkaton, like it'd probably be a 3-KO, or maybe a 2-KO in Sun, I guess you could say. And if he brings Alomomola, this set is going to be able to set up versus that. Alomomola can't do anything to Walking Awake. And if he brings, like, you know, if for some reason he brings Unaware on Clodsire, he's not going to do it. He's definitely going to bring Water Absorb. But Unaware, Hydro Steam will break through that. Hydro Steam Dragon Claw, it puts in so much work. He's not going to expect this kind of set, I know for a fact. It's going to take him off guard. And I'm hoping we could get a sweep, maybe, potentially. That'd be kind of crazy. Chinese Walking Awake sweeps, like, that would be a fun title. Anyways, this is what I built the team around because I wanted to capitalize on his Clodsire switching and build a Walking Awake set that breaks through Clodsire and other Pokemon as well. So then we have Slitherwing. Slitherwing on the team is a very unique set. We're running a SPDEF, kind of SPDEF, but it's a very hard-hitting set with Bulk Up Morning Sun. Now, Bulk Up will boost our defense so that we can actually tank hits on the physical side from things like Gunk Shot Greninja or Iron Valiant Spirit Break and like Terra Fairy and stuff like that. And because we're Terra Flying on this set, we actually beat Noivern 1v1 and also Skeledirge. The attack here is enough to 2-hit KO Skeledirge outside of Sun with Life Orb, or it will do a lot. And after Bulk Up, we like Oko Noivern with Terra Blast Flying. It's crazy. This set here is really, really good. The combination of Terra Blast Flying and Earthquake covers pretty much everything on his team, and it's super easy to set up. It's very, very tanky, very bulky. It can sponge hits really well. We don't really need speed at all, I don't think. And yeah, essentially, yeah, look at this nice 200 defense right here. I like that. I hope you do too. Then we have Torkoal for the Sun. You already know this set here, just to make sure that Walking Wake and Slitherwing get its Photosynthesis activated. And the Eevee spread actually is great because it tanks a +2 close combat from Iron Valiant. And also it has good SPDEF, so it can sponge things on the special side as well. I have Yawn on this set because in case Iron Valiant is booster energy and I'm not able to Oko it for some reason, I can Yawn and force it out so that when it comes back in, its booster energy is gone and I can outrun it with other stuff. But I do think it's pretty useful. I think while testing had a scenario where hazards were up and I Yawn Skeledirge and I rapid spin on the switch out so I can remove hazards that way, otherwise they get put to sleep, which I can also take advantage of. Heat Rock for the extended Sun turns, of course. And Earth Power I just have just because it hits like Skeledirge and also does a lot of damage to Iron Thorns and stuff like that. Hatterene I think is a super essential Pokemon on a lot of my teams because it bounces back hazards. He has the option to bring spikes on Greninja, a lot of hazards on Clodsire. The only problem is that Tinkaton will go through our Magic Bounce with Mold Breaker and get up rocks. So worst case, we have to play a game with rocks, but I don't think it's the end of the world if we do. We have a lot of options, and I don't think rocks will do as much damage to us as toxic spikes, so having Hatterene for that is great. I have the Kabaya Berry, which is there for the poison attacks, so we can potentially nuzzle Greninja on that attack, or just tank a hit from Clodsire, and Psyshock is an easy 2-hit KO on that Pokemon, no matter what Eevee spread, I think. And then we have Scovillain. Scovillain's Sun, I think, is amazing. So this is actually one of the main Pokemon for the team that, you know, is going to put in work alongside Walking Awake and Slitherwing. Overheat in the Sun, 2-hit KOs SPDEF Skeledirge. It's crazy. It does so much damage. And it 2-hit KOs Noivern, it 2-hit KOs pretty much everything if not Oko. Leaf Storm I just have because, you know, instead of Solar Beam, because he has Snow, we don't want to kind of have to click Solar Beam and him switch in, like, or change the weather up and me having to waste a turn. Leaf Storm is just better overall for this matchup. And also it does insane damage to Alomomola. If Alomomola is like AV, it'll obliterate that mon. Choice Spec's really good. And I'm just running max speed because we want to outrun like a lot of Pokemon. If he runs max speed, booster energy, Iron Valiant, it's fast. It's a speed tie with that, but I assume he's gonna run enough speed for Walking Wake, so we'll be faster. But I at least want to speed tie Iron Valiant. Finally, Magnezone. I think Magnezone is a magnificent Pokemon. And this is a really cool set as well. Magnet Rise Metal Sound is a cool set because we can beat Clodsire 1v1. Say, for example, it's just Magnezone versus Clodsire in the end. We can Magnet Rise, we wall Clodsire, and then Metal Sound so that we can do more damage with Flash Cannon. I think this Eevee spread is really good too. Look at this Eevee spread. I love this 333. We hit some Chinese numbers here, you know? It's fire. This speed is to outrun Skeledirge defensive sets, and the defense here is a nice little jump point. Actually, with this Eevee spread, we tank a +2 close combat from Iron Valiant with our Chople Berry. Very nice calculation right there. And yeah, Discharge for Paralysis. We have Nuzzle and Discharge for potential paralysis. I think it's going to be super useful to ensure that things get slowed down and allow us more setup opportunity for sub DD Walking Wake or bulk up Slitherwing. And that is going to be the squad. Really heat squad that we're bringing, and I'm very curious to see what Nexus brings. I'm sure that he's going to bring at least maybe some heat, or he might, you know, try his best and bring a lot of standard stuff, but I'm really prepared for a lot of the standard stuff that he might possibly bring. So whenever Nexus is ready, we'll hop into this battle. I'm looking forward to this game, and I'll see you guys when it begins. Okay, Nexus has given me the green light to start searching, so we shall try to find him. And would you look at that? It's already on the Cassiopeia music. So I don't have to change anything. We are on a win streak right now, and that music has been kind of a good luck charm, I should say, for our win streak. So once we lose, we'll change it up, but if we keep on winning, we keep the same music. I got my team ready, of course, and I asked Nexus if he was bringing any heat. He told me he was going try hard, so we'll see what happens. Very curious to see what he brings. But as you know, from the team builder, I got a lot of heat this week, a lot. And I'm hoping it puts in the work, especially the Walking Wake. Now, if he brings like a Cursed Clodsire, it's going to shut down our set, but if he doesn't, I think it's going to put in a lot of work. But we found him, let's see what he brings. Ooh, okay, Greninja, Iron Valiant, Clodsire, Skeledirge, Noivern, Tinkaton. So it's pretty much what I expected. Pretty much the mons I expected. He brought like the first 5 mons, I would say are the best mons that he could possibly bring. The 6th one, Tinkaton, kind of a mixed bag. I didn't know if he would bring it or not because I have Sun and Magnezone to trap it with. But one thing is for sure that if Tinkaton has rocks, rocks are going up and probably are going to be there to stay because of Spin Block, Skeledirge, and Tinkaton's Mold Breaker is going to go through Magic Bounce Hatterene. No weather though, no Abomasnow, so I think we lead off with the Torkoal here. Torkoal lead I think is going to be really good because if we get our Sun up, our entire team will benefit. Walking Wake, Slitherwing, and Scovillain of course. Scovillain I haven't brought since like week 1, but I think it's pretty good here as it can 2-hit KO pretty much everything with Sun Boosted Specs Overheat. And yeah, let's just go from there. So I do think his potential leads are going to be maybe Greninja or Noivern. I don't think he'll lead Tinkaton just because I have a Torkoal lead potentially, or I guess I could lead with Slitherwing or Magnezone perhaps, but yeah, let's see what happens. I'm interested to see what his sets are, but definitely one thing we have to make sure is that if rocks go up, whatever, we'll play around it, but T-Spikes cannot go up in this game. And I think that every time Clodsire comes in, we're going hard Hatterene. Every time. But now the game shall begin, and Nexus decides to challenge me. This may or may not be his first mistake. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It could be mine, but I feel okay about this matchup. Greninja lead, okay, cool. So I'm guessing maybe a U-turn out turn 1. I need to figure out what this set is. And I'm thinking that the best play here is probably just to go, not to stay in. I think we go into Hatterene just in case he's Spikes lead. We can bounce back a Spikes. If he U-turns out, we can take the hit pretty well. We have a lot of defensive EVs. So I want to figure out what his Greninja set is first. Let's see what happens. So Greninja, which I just did a video with it, Loaded Dice Greninja. Check that out if you haven't seen it. Toxic Spikes. Oh, we bounced them back. Ooh. So yeah, Toxic Spikes, definitely something we don't want on our side. We've been playing Hatterene so well this season, like incredibly. I think we've bounced back like every T-Spike or Spike or whatever. Amazing. And I think we can just nuzzle here, yeah. So let's just go ahead and paralyze this thing. He does have Gunk Shot on this set, and it is Protean. But we do have our Kibaya Berry. Go ahead and eat that up. And so we can go ahead and nuzzle here. Now, this is paralyzed. However, he is still faster than Hatterene, even with paralysis. So I'm trying to think here. Do we need to switch out into anything else, right? Because there's no way he's clicking T-Spikes here, but at the same time, switching out of Hatterene means that, like, I could attack, but switching out of Hatterene kind of just means that he has a chance of getting up T-Spikes again, and we don't want to take that chance. Worst case, like, I feel like I could play my odds here. I feel like he's paralyzed. He has to hit a Gunk Shot through paralysis. He's already hit 1 Gunk Shot. The accuracy of Gunk Shot is terrible, to say the least. I feel like I have a good chance of just knocking it out right now with Psyshock, because if worst case he hits through it, I just go Walking Wake, sub Dragon Dance, and pretty much just win the game from there, I think, because, yeah, ooh, paralyzed, yep. I had a feeling, like, I could smell this outcome from a mile away. But like I said, I mean, worst case, if he hit through paralysis and hit another Gunk Shot, we go Walking Wake, sub Dragon Dance. Our odds are that we get up multiple Dragon Dances, because if he goes into Clodsire, we get up like 3 right in front of it. Okay, Tinkaton's in now, so rocks are probably going to go up here. Greninja being gone's amazing, but I just could not let a T-Spike go up. and if I had sacked Hatterene there, they would likely never go up ever. So yeah, we can just go Magnezone and trap this thing now and just knock this out. Getting rid of this mon is going to open up Walking Wake so much, because if this thing is Spadef, then, you know, our Hydro Steams, or even if we weaken this thing a lot, Hydro Steam is going to put in so much work along with Dragon Claw and Dragon Dance versus the Clodsire. Reflect! Oh! Dual screens? I didn't even know this got screens. That's interesting. But he went for the Reflect, so... Huh. I'm gonna go for the Discharge anyways. Why Reflect though? No, why not? Does it not get Light Screen? I'm not sure if it gets Light Screen or not. I'm not gonna check it right now, but... Yeah. Let's just go ahead and... Okay, so it's Reflect Stealth Rocks. That's fine. Let's go ahead and Discharge here. Get a little chip. He cannot switch out. Oh, we get the Paralysis here too. So that's really good to be able to outrun it and just knock it out. Yeah, so if there's no Shed Shell on this thing or anything like that, we can just trap and knock it out. Go ahead and Discharge here once again. Goes for the knockoff. Gets rid of my Choppleberry, which is kind of annoying because I wanted it to check the Valiant, but at the same time, I think getting rid of this mon is much more worth doing. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and knock this out right now. And Tinkaton is Tinkadone. I like that one. I always make them up on the spot. Okay, who's next? Clodsire's in. So, on the off chance this has Toxic Spikes too, I think we always go Hatterene on this thing. It could just be, like, it could be Spikes. Maybe Greninja is Toxic Spikes. And then Tinkaton is Stealth Rocks, and maybe this is just Spikes. I'm not sure, but I think what we gotta do here is just go right into Hatterene. Either way, we essentially prevent hazards entirely, and that's gonna really be good. Well, not really entirely, we have Stealth Rocks, but Toxic Spikes, more importantly, need to be out of here. If he goes for the poison attack, that'd be a great play. If he Earthquakes, that play also makes sense if he just Earthquakes too. He pulls a double. Ooh, okay. Okay, Nexus, I see you, bro. I see you. I see you with that double. Into Skeledirge, okay. My Sun is gone, but I don't really mind that too much. Just means that Torch Song will be weaker. I think either way, I just go into probably Walking Wake. Here's the play on the potential Torch Song. Or even like a Shadow Ball, for instance. We'll take the hit. I mean, we're not going to take too much damage if it's a defensive Skeledirge, which I think it is. Probably unaware as well. And if we bring in Walking Wake and we force him out into Clodsire, this can really go well for us. If he doesn't have Curse on Clodsire, this is going to go super, super well right now. Let's see what happens. What will he do? Or will he double again? Let's see. But what do I do? What do I do? Hex, okay. So he has Hex on this thing. It's probably like Will-O-Wisp Hex, or his strategy was just to T-Spike me and click Hex on my Mons because it's just stronger when I'm poisoned. But here's what we're gonna do. We're going to go for the sub. And we're going to force out this Pokemon, as I'm sure it's gonna go into Clodsire. Alright, he does switch out. Is Clodsire coming back in? That does look like Clodsire. Go after the sub here. And now with this Chinese Eevee spread, if he doesn't have any attack investment, we're not gonna get our sub broken. Okay, fingers crossed. Let's see what kind of set he is. Let's go ahead and Dragon Dance up. I'm interested to see if this Walking Wake set puts in the work. I'm gonna be so happy, because this set is like literally the definition of heat. Sub DD mixed Walking Wake. Dragon Dance up right here. And he decides to go for the Earthquake. Okay, does it break my sub? No, it does not. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so now we get to have... Oh, Reflect Ward off too. Perfect timing. Just in time for the next Dragon Dance to go up. Let's go for another one. Dragon Dance up right here. Looking nice. Looking very clean right now. We're at +2, which means we outrun pretty much everything on his team right now. Yeah, we basically outrun everything. Critical hit, doesn't matter. It was gonna break our sub on the second time anyways. But I'm glad that crit was not on the first time. Would have been annoying then. So nice, we're at +2 right now. We can go for another sub. So it looks like he doesn't have Curse, which I'm really happy about. Because that was the only move that would shut down the set from Clodsire. Cool, so we get another sub off here. I think from +2, we don't need to set up more. We're already kind of at low HP right now. So I feel like we can just Dragon Claw on this next turn. He just spams Earthquake, so yeah, this is really good. This Clodsire is basically setup fodder right now. Imagine using Walking Wake to turn Clodsire, one of its #1 enemies, into setup fodder. Let's go ahead and Dragon Claw here. Expertly EV'd. That did more than 50%. Just a little more. It's a 2-hit KO. With my 44 attack or whatever I have on it. My sub fades here. We literally can just go for another sub to get behind that. And if he decides to recover, we can get 2 Dragon Claws off before he can break our sub. So we get to go for another sub here. See what he wants to do. Imagine if he switches out here into something else. We're behind a sub. We get to 2-hit KO whatever comes in because we have the Hydro Steam. Yeah, this set is so good. This set is incredible. Switches out here. Okay, what's coming in? What is coming in here? Is that the Skeledirge? Ooh. Okay, Hydro Steam I think should be able to 2-hit KO this set. Even if he has Spadef. We should be able to 2-hit KO this with the Hydro Steam EVs that I have. Let's go for the Hydro Steam. Nice. Hydro Steam. Let's see how much this does. How much it's gonna do. Ooh, beautiful damage. Nice. Just what I like to see. Hex, okay. That will break my sub, of course, I believe. I think it did enough last time to do more than 25%. Yeah, it does break my sub. Okay, cool. So then we just go for probably another Hydro Steam here. This Walking Wake set is literally walking all over his team. Wow. I'm so glad this is putting in the work. Hope y'all enjoy the heat as just as much as I do. Hope y'all enjoy the heat. So I guess he could maybe switch back into Clodsire to get some health back from the Water Absorb to avoid the Dragon Club, but then I could just sub again. So I'm not worried. Not worried one bit. So ideally he sacks the Skeledirge here. That would be the ideal scenario. I don't have to predict or anything right now. All I have to do is just attack what's in front of me. We're in a really commanding position right now. He's 2 mons down, or I guess almost 3 mons if you count half HP taken from 2 mons. Hydro Steam here. And gone. Okay, so Skeledirge out of the way. That's amazing. That's amazing. So his play here is to go Valiant, I think, and to revenge me because I can't knock him out with the Hydro Steam from full. That should be his play. We knock out Noivern with the Dragon Claw +2. 252 HP assuming, and we knock out Clodsire. So yeah, we're in the best position I could ask for. Wow. Fantastic. Yeah, I knew this Walking Wake set was just going to go in versus his team. Literally doesn't have much for it. You know what's actually funny? In the WBE last season, I think, or not, well, whatever I played the WBE last, which was like a long time ago, I did play Nexus. He went back into Clod? Wait, what? No, he's giving me a sub. No. Well, what I was gonna say was, the only other time I played him in a draft league was in the WBE, and I used the Suicune to beat him. I used sub Suicune to beat him, and now I have sub Walking Wake to beat him. Imagine, I went back into the past so that I can make Suicune walk, and it's just doing this now. A blast from the past. So yeah, I don't know why he went back into this though. His gunk shot. Oh, why wasn't he going for? Why didn't he just go for that before? That breaks my sub. That always breaks my sub. Poison jab doesn't. Gunk shot I think is maybe a roll to break my sub because it's 20 more power than Earthquake, right, or something. But why wasn't he going for that? In any case, Dragon Claw time. I guess the accuracy is shakier, so if he does miss once, I get way more Dragon Dance opportunities. If he misses a gunk shot, I get like two more or something. So I guess I could see that as the reason, but yeah, at that position, he definitely should have been clicking gunk shot over Earthquake, not letting me set up. So he's gunk shot Earthquake. I'm not sure what his other moves were on that set, but yeah. Okay, this is booster energy. What does it get a boost in speed? Okay, of course, yes. So this is one of the biggest threats on his team. I think we can probably attack here, just get damage on this mon, and then revenge it right after. We don't want it to set up or anything for free. He Terastallizes here. I assume it's gonna be Fairy because that's his best type to bring, and it is Fairy. Yes. Okay. Cool. Very cool. Okay, so we are faster. Yes, indeed. Hydro Steam is a 2 KO on this too. Nice, beautiful. Just exactly what I EV'd it to do. Moonblast here is going to definitely knock us out here. So Walking Wake did the best job that it could possibly do. Knocked out Skeledirge, knocked out Clodsire, and weakened Iron Valiant. So question is, who do we go into now? The end game here is going to be Iron Valiant, which is weakened, and Noivern. So I feel like it's probably going to be Slitherwing that's going to take care of Noivern. So let's go ahead and probably just get the sun up here. According to my calculations, Torkoal has enough Spadef EVs here to withstand an Aura Sphere and even a Focus Blast if he goes for that. So let's go into the Sun Zoo. The Sun Zoo. Get our sun up here. Nice Zen Turtle. And yeah, even after rocks, we'll be able to withstand any hit from this Iron Valiant. Let's just Lava Plume knock it out. See what he wants to go for here. And yeah, like I said, this set here is designed to check Iron Valiant. +2 Swords Dance it can take from close combat. Not after rocks though, but from full. But a special attacking set, it can also tank. Focus Blast. Okay, so it's not even Aura Sphere, it's Focus Blast. He does hit it, and we live. Nice, exactly. So we can Lava Plume here to knock this out. Last Pokemon is Noivern. And against Noivern, I don't know, like I asked him if he was going to bring heat. He said it's going to be a heat game. He went try hard. So I don't know if this Noivern's like Dragon Dance or something. The play here against this Noivern would be to, I think, not stay in here, just in case of some potential setup mon or whatever. We definitely switch in Hatterene, because it only limits him to doing one thing and then having to knock out Hatterene. So right after that, we can go into Slitherwing, Terastallize, and Terrablast, I think, is our end game. Pretty straightforward game overall, though. And I'm glad the pieces that we had put in the work. Didn't even have to go Skull Villain, which was a huge threat to his team as well. But keeping it in the back is always nice. So he'll knock out Hatterene with the Air Slash, 2 Air Slashes here to take it out, and then, yeah, let's just go right into Slitherwing, Terastallize. We have a lot of Spadef EVs in it. The fact that he's Air Slash leads me to believe that he probably Well, he came in and that damage didn't really seem like a lot on Hatterene, so I assume he's very like one of those bulky support sets, which is designed to check, you know, like first impression and stuff like that from Slitherwing. But yeah, we're in a great spot now. He probably won't expect the Terra Flying attack boosted Life Orb Terra Blast. Gonna 2-hit KO this mon easily. And the beauty of terrestrialization is here with Slitherwing. Remember that terrestrialization on the last game that I played for Draft League where the moths terrestrialized? That was so beautiful. Still thinking about that every time I see this mon terrestrialized now. But we Terra Flying. On a balloon it looks really cool. it's like flying from a balloon. I like it. Beautiful damage. He definitely has some defensive EVs though, that's for sure. But you see how much that air slash did? Like nothing. Even a Draco Meteor is not gonna knock us out from this range. Air slashing. Oh, that did more. Oh, critical hit. Okay, that's fine. And Terra Blast to win the game right now. Let me win, G. Let me win. Fainted. Nice. And that's gonna be GG. It's Emvee for week 6 of the BBR versus Nexus. GG to Nexus, of course. Definitely, I could see what he was trying to do. I could see what he was trying to do here for this game. He was trying to get up T-Spikes, because if T-Spikes went up on my side, would have been a pretty difficult game because he had a lot of bulk, a lot of recovery with, you know, Skeledirge, Clodsire, Noivern probably with Roost, and Tinkaton with screens to make it bulkier. His Iron Valiant set was pretty cool. It was special. I wonder, he had screens, but no setup, unless the Iron Valiant was like Calm Mind or something, which I don't know if it was or not. I'll ask him after the game. But it was interesting because with screens, you usually expect some kind of setup, but I assume maybe his strategy was to try to poison my team and live while I'm taking damage every turn. But either way, I mean, we played Hatterene really, really well to ensure that, you know, Toxic Spikes couldn't go up. Not really, I guess, you know, there was little hacks, I guess, with the paralysis, but is it really that bad of hacks? I don't know, because Gunk Shot hitting through paralysis is very tricky to do. If he did hit that Gunk Shot through paralysis, I would have literally just gone Walking Wake and set up sub DDs all over his team, but I think it would have played out similarly in the end. I had a lot of pieces in the end too, so I feel like he wouldn't have had enough time to beat down the team. And I don't think, yeah, he didn't get up Light Screen either, so I mean, assuming that Tinkaton didn't have Light Screen, or if it did, I don't know if it learns it or not, but Scovillain goes in the end too, pretty much. As well as, I mean, even like with one T-Spike, I have Morning Sun on the Slitherwing, so, and I have Healing Wish on Hatterene too, so just in case. Well, it would have been dead, but anyways. Great game nonetheless. I'm super, super glad that our Walking Wake set, which is one of the most heat sets on this team for this week, put in the finest of work. I'm so happy. But definitely check out Nexus. He's a great friend of mine, and I'll be excited to watch his side. His commentary is some of the best I've seen in Draft League. It's so fun to watch, especially when Joey is also streaming it too. But yeah, I look forward to hearing from you all, and yeah, I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.